Okay, so just got done with the ACS, what's it called, webinar, and they used a song that I didn't like how it was interpreted, and I didn't end up liking the song. And when that happens, my job is to figure out why, right? I think part of it is that it was presented kind of robustly, and I didn't think it worked. At least, it would work with a band. It would work really well with a band. So I'll try to do it as it was presented, or sort of. I don't really remember the chords, and I've been messing around with it for about 10 minutes, so whatever it actually was, who knows. This is Though the Earth Shall Change. It's number 1035 in the ACS. So I think it was presented something like. Though the earth shall change, though the mountains tremble, might not be that quick progression, though the waters rage, you, God, are here. Though the nations war, though the people battle, though the empire falters, we will not fear. Which, as I say, I think works great with a band. It makes more sense to me, especially since it was presented in the workshop as like a piece for contemplative worship. It makes more sense to me with more longing, more angst. So I'm actually leaning more this direction. Gonna slow it down. Though the nations rage, no. Though the earth shall change, though the mountains tremble, though the waters rage, you, God, are here. Though the nations war, though the people battle, though the empire falters, we will not fear. Let's just try the original changes, but with like way cut back on the tempo. Though the earth shall change, though the mountains tremble, though the waters rage, you, God, are here. Though the nations war, though the people battle, though the empire falters, we will not fear. I don't know. Why do I keep doing that? Okay. Though the earth shall change, though the mountains tremble, though the waters rage, you, God, are here. Though the nations war, though the peoples battle, though the empire falters, we will not fear.
Many hours later.
So, Was that a success? Well, by one rubric, no, it wasn't. I didn't end up anywhere. I didn't end up with an arrangement that I liked. I didn't end up finding the thing that made the song click for me. So, what was the point? Why document a process that wasn't successful? Why document a process that didn't go anywhere? Well, because musicians are trained from a very early stage to tell the difference between good and bad, and to draw that line pretty dramatically. And for the church musician, it is imperative that we're able to do that quickly with matters of theology, because our people will believe what they sing faster than they believe what they hear, right? So it's imperative that the hymns that we choose, the hymns that we teach, will be good for people's discipleship, that it will benefit them, and that it will be true and good and all of those things. So on a theological standpoint, like, yeah, making that decision quickly is important. But there is also a tendency in musicians to dismiss out of hand things that don't fit their genre. This is most noticeable in two particular places. One is where you have hyper-traditional, leaning towards academic musicians who make comments like the one that was on that Jonathan Rundman and Nathan Hoke piece a few weeks ago, saying that something is just an inane praise song, or it's insipid because there's not a lot of musical meat, or whatever. Similarly, we've got contemporary musicians who will specifically seek out things that are easy to play with a band, and if they're not, or if it's too, dead white guy, they will dismiss that out of hand. So you've got these two very polarized groups, both refusing to look at each other's music and dismissing it. And so they will choose to deprive their people of that particular theological input because they can't deal with the music, or the genre isn't, to their taste. I mentioned when I first started this, I'd already been messing with this piece for about 10 minutes trying to find the thing that made it click for me, and I hadn't found it yet. I cut back the recording to about 5 minutes. I kept going about another 3, right? Like, so totally, I spent about 20 minutes trying to make this piece work, and I haven't found it yet. But I documented it because I think it's important to have the conversation about approaching our work from a pastoral standpoint. If I dismissed the piece because I didn't like how it was presented in an Augsburg workshop on a Tuesday afternoon, I would be doing my people a pastoral disservice, because I think they're going to like this hymn, and more than that, I think this hymn is going to be really beneficial to our worship. I just have to figure out how to get to grips with being the one who's leading it. And that's on me. And my hope is that it will encourage some of my colleagues to go forth and do likewise. Or at the very least, assure my people who will see this that I am taking you seriously and holding you in my heart and holding your needs at the forefront of my ministry. Yeah.